Hello Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Virgo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Virgo, let's get started. Okay, how does Virgo currently view this relationship? All right, Virgo. So we do have, we do have the Lovers. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, so Seven of Pentacles. We also have the Seven of Wands, and then we also have the Eight of Cups out here. Oh, Virgo. I feel like this is your energy, and I feel like this is your person's energy. So let's talk about it. Currently at the moment, you find yourself in a very strong and intense connection here with your soulmate. Now, I feel like your soulmate is very open and very receptive to you and this connection that they share with you. They're embracing you and their relationship with you with no fear and or hesitation. You, on the other hand, it's hard, man. It's so hard for you to allow yourself to go there with this person emotionally. Like, I think that you can tell that you're starting to fall for this person, and we see you wasting no time, Virgo, when it comes down to fighting back, when it comes down to how you feel about this person. It's like the moment you notice yourself falling for this person, you're just like, no, we can't do this. We can't. We cannot fall in love with this person. We just can't. We just can't do this. We can't, and we won't. I think it's safe to say that your person is definitely going with the flow here. And, you know, I also think it's safe to say that you're not Virgo. You're just like fighting against the natural flow of things. Okay. It's like you won't allow yourself, man. You just won't allow yourself to just fall for this person. Okay. I think they're falling for you, but how does this person currently view this relationship? So we have the Nine of Swords, we have the King of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords. This to me feels like phases that they're going through within this dynamic that they share with you. It looks like, you know, things between the two of you were looking really good and really, really great. And things are starting to kind of take a little bit of a turn here within this dynamic. And they're not entirely sure why. Let's look a little bit more into this, because I do feel like this has a lot to do with you fighting against the natural flow of things, fighting against your emotions for this person. Tell me more about the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords. Okay. Ooh, we have the King of Wands to the Four of Cups, and then we also have the Tower to the Temperance card. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Cups to the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Virgo, that's kind of telling me that initially when you met this person, whenever it is that you did meet this person, you were very open and receptive to this connection. You weren't guarded by any means. And it's like the moment you noticed yourself developing some emotions here for this one, you just instantly had to like throw your guard up. It's like they don't understand. Like, damn, like, why is Virgo so guarded with me? Like, why is Virgo, like, pushing me away? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why are they doing this? Well, let's see why, Virgo. Let's see why you're doing this. We know that right now you're fighting against how you feel. We just don't know but why. Why are you fighting against how you feel? How does Virgo currently feel? Okay, so we have the Chariot. We have the Page of Wands. And then we also have the Hermit out here. Interesting. We have the Two of Wands to the Eight of Wands. And then we also have the Four of Wands out here. You kind of remind me of like this J. Cole song. I want to say that the song is called Love Me Not. In the song, J. Cole says, I know that you had your whole life planned out, so to watch this pan out, I know that this shit has to confuse you. Anyways, I say all that to say this, Virgo. I think that prior to you meeting this person, you had like your whole life planned out when it came down to how you wanted to go about it, how you wanted to, you know, you know, live it, the things that you wanted to do. And it appears to me that it had absolutely nothing to do with falling in love. It had absolutely nothing to do with settling down. It had everything to do with everything else. Like, you know, getting that degree you always wanted, traveling the world, you know, things of that nature. And the fact that this person, you know, is now in your life, it's like you're having a hard time embracing it because this just was not a part of your plan. Don't get me wrong, Virgo. I think that you are somebody who does want to settle down one day. It just kind of looks like you weren't expecting that day to be today. You know what I mean? It just kind of looks like there was certain things that you wanted to do with your life first before you turn around and settle down, before you turn around and get married, before you turn around and start a family. Yeah, that you kind of remind me of that song. And even in the song, J. Cole says, well, I don't know if he says this word for word, but he says something on something along the lines of, she loves me and then she loves me not. I feel like that's how this person's going to start to feel. Like one day you love them, the next day you don't. One day you want them, the next day you don't. That song, you can't find it on like Apple Music and or Spotify. You can only find that on YouTube, unless he released it to like Apple or Spotify, which I don't know if he did or not. But how does this person currently feel? So we do have the Fool, we do have the Magician, and then we also have the Sun out here. I feel like this is how this person is currently feeling within their relationship with you, but I am, you know, unfortunately getting that things will definitely start to take a turn here. Unfortunately, Virgo. Unfortunately, because this is the energy that I see this person harnessing once you start to like really fight against your emotions here, so much to the point where you may end up pushing this person, you know, away. Because right now, this is kind of how I see this playing out. You know, I see you, you know, entertaining them, going on dates with them, getting to know them, all while you're fighting your emotions, okay? Now, this is something that they're completely unaware of. They're not aware that you're over here, you know, fighting against how you essentially feel. This is something that you're doing secretly, all while going on dates with this person and, you know, getting to know this person. But there's going to come a point in time where you're going to want to run in the opposite direction, because, you know, you wanted to do this, then the third with your life before you settle down and, you know, things of that nature. And that's when I see this person eventually harnessing the energy of, why is Virgo pushing me away? Why is this happening? I don't understand. I'm confused. Like, I thought we had a good thing going. Like, what's going on? Like, why are they doing this all of a sudden? With the Fool to the Magician to the Sun coming out here, Virgo, I think it's safe to say, my friend, that you're definitely dealing with somebody who is just falling, like just falling madly in love with you. With the Fool to the Magician, man, like this is somebody who is willing to give you, in this dynamic that they share with you, their all. Like, they've never met somebody who has been able to make them this freaking happy before, up until they met you. Okay, let's see how this plays out. I mean, we already kind of know how it's going to play out, but what actions will Virgo take towards this? Oh, man. Oh, man. We have the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. Oh, Virgo. Let's talk. In regards to how you plan on moving forward, my friend, we have the Four of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. You know, I see you kind of falling into this energy of, but, you know, I want to do this with my life first, and I need to accomplish this, and I need to accomplish that. And then once I do that, you know what I mean? Then, you know, then I'll settle down. Then I'll settle down. But see, here's your problem, and here's the dilemma that I see you kind of running into, Virgo. With the Six of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles, I think that your biggest thing when it comes down to the situation you find yourself in has a lot to do with the whole, but what if I don't find someone like this again? What if I walk away from this and I end up regretting it? Because let's be honest, between you and I mean, let's just be honest here. Do you want to absolutely run in the opposite direction of this human being? Absolutely, because again, this wasn't a part of your plan, you know? But what's holding you back is the whole like, but I really like them and we're so compatible, and what if I don't find somebody like this again, you know? I do see you deciding to continue to proceed forward within this dynamic until you really like figure out like, all right, like this is what I want to do. Or you know what, that's what I want to do over there instead, you know? At the bottom of the deck, we also have the 10 of Wands out here. Because you have yet to pick a side of the fence, Virgo, it's going to start to create some inner conflict within you. You have to make a choice. And you have to stick with it. The thing is that it's so hard for you to make a choice. Are you going to just go off and just focus on you and accomplish and achieve the things that you want to accomplish and achieve, Virgo, and then settle down? Or, you know, are you going to focus on them and building towards, you know, a life with them? What are you going to do? And you know what's interesting, Virgo, is the way that that just came out, and I just noticed it. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere. It's like it's like you believe. Let's talk about that. It's like you believe you have to pick one or the other. Because in your head, you don't believe you can do both. Like, you don't believe that you can get that degree and then build a relationship with them at the same exact time. You don't think that you can accomplish and achieve the things that you want to accomplish and achieve, you know, for yourself while building a relationship, you know, with this person. It's like you believe you got to sacrifice something, but you can't have both. Okay. Tell me more about the 10 of Wands. You know, it's interesting because, you know, for a moment, I'm just like, well, Virgo, it looks like you have to like pick and choose what you want to do. You know, you got to pick a side of the fence. It's like, you're either going to see this through, or you're not going to see this through. But the more that you continue to remain in this like indecisive place, the harder this journey becomes, right? So I'm over here like, okay, well, Virgo, you have to make a choice, but it doesn't look like you got a choice, actually, now that I see these cards coming out here for you. In other words, this is Spirit's way of telling you you're going to do both. You're going to get that degree, Virgo, and you're going to pursue a life with, you know, the love of your life. That's what you're going to do, Virgo. You're going to start that business you always wanted to start, and you're also going to build and establish an amazing life with this person. That's what you're going to do, Virgo. You're going to do both. It's fascinating because it's fascinating, this energy right here. I don't think I've ever gotten this for a person before in a reading. I don't want to think about it, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, my friend, you decide, you know what? I'm just going to walk away from this and just focus on getting that degree I've always wanted, and just not focus on them and a relationship with them, because I need to get that degree. I need to get it. I need to get it. And you decide, you know what? I'm just going to run. I'm going to run today. I'm going to run right now. Spirit is going to stop you from running away from this in some way, shape, and or form. Every time you try to run, something's going to happen that's going to prevent you from running away from this person. It's like Spirit's like, you can have both though. Like, can you stop, please? Like, you could totally have both. You can be with the love of your life and pursue whatever you want to go off and pursue, Virgo, and accomplish and achieve whatever it is that you want to accomplish and achieve. But you're just like, no, I can't. No, I can't. I cannot do that. I can't do that. I gotta run now. See you later, you know? But you don't have a choice at this point. I'm sorry, you just don't have a choice, my friend. You're going to have to do both. Because it looks like Spirit's not going to allow you to up and leave this person to go off and pursue whatever it is that you want to go off and pursue. Like, Spirit's like, yeah, no. You're going to do both. You're going to do both. You're going to have, like, the best of both worlds. You're going to have that dream job you've always wanted, and you're going to have that dream man you've always wanted, or that dream woman you've always wanted. You're going to have both. But it's this, like, I feel like that's why the journey for you, my friend, is just going to be so hard and challenging, because Spirit's like, no, you're going to do both. You're going to do both, Virgo, and you're just like, but I can't do both. I got to pick, but I got to pick and choose here. But Spirit's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You can do both. That's why the journey is going to be hard and challenging. Because in your head, you believe you can't do both. And the more you sit there, Virgo, and tell yourself, I can't do both, I can't do both, I can't do both, the more you're going to start to furthermore believe you can't. The harder this is going to be. This whole, I can't this, I can't that, like, Spirit's like, can you just stop, please? Can you just stop? Can you just stop? Because if you think about it, this energy right here is basically proving your own theory wrong. This whole, I can't do both. I can't focus on me and that degree that I want, that business that I want, that life that I want, and then them at the same exact time. You're currently doing that. You're currently doing that. You take time to focus on them and your relationship with them, and then you also take time to focus on you and the life that you want, and that degree that you want, and that career you want, that business that you want, like that house you want, the car you want. Like, you're doing both. So this whole, like, but I can't, it's like, but you can, and you're technically speaking, like, doing it. You're getting to know them. You're going on dates with them, and then you're also focusing on you. So you see what I mean? It's like, you can do both, Virgo. And this is kind of why Spirit's like, you ain't going no damn where. Okay, you ain't going no damn where. I'm not going to let you run away from this. Nope, not today. Not today, Virgo. Not today. Nope. Sorry. So sorry, Virgo. It kind of looks like you got no choice, my friend, but to do both. Because Spirit's not going to let you run away from this amazing opportunity. Spirit's just not going to let you do it. Sorry. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups. And then we also have the Hierophant out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Cups. Very, very nice. And then we also have the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Virgo, you're going to switch up on this person. You're going to switch up on them. It is what it is. There's going to come a point in time where you're just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go focus on that degree I always wanted. And you're going to run in the opposite direction of this relationship. I'm going to be honest, you're not going to really get too far, because it's only a matter of time before Spirit redirects you back in this person's direction, all over again. So, then there's that. But I think that it's going to confuse them when this does start to occur here between the two of you, as to like why you're switching up on them, and why is it that one day you want them and one day you don't? Why is all of this happening here? What's going to really like cause this person to start asking, the universe, like why all of this is essentially happening, is because the reality of the situation is that they never really met somebody that they feel this strongly for. They never really met someone that they can honestly see themselves spending the rest of their life with. Like when you meet someone, it's like I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you meet someone and you find yourself really liking that person, but you can't really see yourself like spending the rest of your life with this person. Like, that's not something this person's experiencing. Like, this is somebody who can literally see themselves spending the rest of their life with you. Like, if they had to pick and choose who they're going to spend the rest of their life with, hands down, they choose you. Hands down, they choose you. So in their head, they're just like, I don't get it. Like, why? Would you send me the most perfect fucking person for me and have them run in the opposite direction of me every fucking chance that they get? Like, why would you do me like this, universe? Why would you do me like this? With the Hierophant coming out here, this person, even though I understand their physical reality with you is going to cause this person to feel like they got everything to worry about, but they honestly don't. This relationship is meant to be. This relationship isn't going anywhere, okay? Granted, their physical reality with you is going to cause them to obviously think and believe otherwise, because if you're running in the opposite direction, you know, of them, of course, it's going to cause this person to feel like, oh my God, like this is over. And oh my goodness, Virgo wants nothing to do with me. This is not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. Every time you try to run, Spirit's going to try to stop you every single time, because Spirit can see that this is somebody who does possess everything that you truly want and desire. And Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on a love like this, on a connection like this. And this whole, but what about the degree I want to go get? And what about that business that I want to start? You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna get that degree. You're gonna get that business you always wanted. You're gonna get those things that you always wanted. You're just gonna get it with this person by your side. That's it. So with this energy here, Virgo, and don't take this, you know, obviously the wrong way. You know, I'm just, you know, having a BFF moment here with you and just kind of telling you that if you continue to fight this journey is going to be very challenging and very difficult for you. You're going to eventually have to accept, you know, the simple fact. One second, Virgo. Sorry, my daughter called me and I had to answer it. Anyways, so Virgo, you're going to eventually have to accept your destiny here with this person. You know, this is destiny. This is fate, basically. And you're basically fighting it for dear life. Like, but no, I have to go and accomplish this first. And then it's like, Spirit's like, but you're going to, man. Like, you're going to. Can you just please stop being stubborn? Can you just trust me? Can you just trust me? You know, like, so Virgo, I think that once you are able to move into a place of acceptance, the journey for you, especially with this person, will get a lot easier. You just have to stop fighting destiny and fate. What's meant to happen is going to happen. And if you want, you could put up a fight. You could put up a fight. You could fight it, you know, for the next, you know, 20 years if you want to, you know what I mean? If you want to. But this person's not going anywhere. This connection's not going anywhere. And what you want to accomplish and achieve, you're going to accomplish and achieve it. You're just not going to accomplish and achieve these things the way that you want to. Because the way you want to accomplish and achieve these things is being single and alone and by yourself. But Spirit's like, no, like, you're going to accomplish and achieve the things that you want to accomplish and achieve with this person by your side. You get the best of both worlds. Like, who wouldn't want that? You know what I mean? You're just like, no, but I can't, you know? You're going to stop saying you can't eventually, is what I'm gathering. And you'll eventually give in and just accept that this is just a part of, you know, your destiny, Virgo. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading.